everyone. It's Keith Smith, 10-year NFL veteran. I'm here with Chief Mike Browne. He's running the show here in West Covina.
How you doing, everybody? Glad to be here. Glad to have Keith here and support his foundation.
So we're here today to just honor Mike Browne and his team, just because of all the countless hours and selfless hours that they put in just to protect our community. I grew up not too far from here, just about 10 minutes from here. My mom grew up 10 minutes that way. And without people like Mike and all his guys, we wouldn't be safe in these parts and be able to call these places home. Especially just honoring them for their efforts with the California fires and just how it required everybody in the state of California to kind of rally together and just kind of showed the strength, and they were at the forefront just representing that strength of what it means, and we're just so grateful for all that you guys do. And so we wanted to treat you guys to some Chipotle.
Appreciate it.
Because I'm kind of partial to Chipotle myself, so, and I also heard you guys love Chipotle, so I had to go with Chipotle.
Can't go wrong with Chipotle. It's good stuff.
I grew up going to Chipotle 3 times, 4 times, even 5 times at one point a day down the street right here off of Bianca in West Covina. And Chipotle has kind of fueled my journey, and that's why I wanted to kind of give that to them, is just some fuel for their journey as they save lives and protect the community. Impact in my hometown is important because it's paying it forward. I wouldn't be in the position that I was to be successful as an athlete and as a human being just without my community and the people who contributed to my journey and all the success that came with it. Football is a team sport. All my teammates, my village, my family, Mike and his crew who are helping out in the community. There's just so many levels to somebody's success, and just paying it forward is one way that I can give back to somebody else who might want to fill my shoes one day.
It's awesome. You know, we worked with Keith last year with the skills camp last year. You know, we're in the same boat. You know, we do this for a job, but at the same time, we get to give back to the community on a daily basis. We appreciate when Keith is here supporting us. Fire department works a lot like a football team does. You know, it's all about the team working together for a common goal. And, you know, just we love the city of West Covina too. That's why we're here, and we appreciate Keith being here, and glad we could be a part of this too.
I think, just like I said earlier, football and community are synonymous just because everybody plays their role. And even though everybody has a separate role, it all cohesively has to work together to maintain a harmony, you know. And so just community is almost another word for team, and that's what football is, a team sport.
And just to piggyback on that, it's the same in the fire department. You know, we all work together. We're embedded here in the community. We're here to keep the community safe and provide a service for them. And in our downtime in the fall, we love going over to the local high schools and go and watch a football game and support the community that way too. So
yeah, I think just the way we kind of lean on Mike and his guys when there's a fire or there's a disaster or just anything comes up, I think that's kind of what I want to try and pay forward myself, is just being a resource and just a pillar of love for the community, because love makes the world go round. And I think the more that we can love on each other, the more that everything's just gonna flow smoothly and lives are gonna be happier, kids gonna be happier, and that ultimately is it's gonna keep trickling forward.
Yeah, and the same thing, you know, for us in the fire service, we have pride, dedication, and integrity, and we strive on that. We try to build on that within the community. If you don't have the community's trust, you kind of lose everything. And it's being able to build that trust, so when somebody does have an emergency, they feel comfortable calling us. They maybe even met us in the grocery store or at a local event, and you know, just we're here working together. You know, our whole goal is to provide safety and be there for the community and whatever their need is. So, you know, community is huge, and we're just a part of it.
I love that. You said pride, education, and
pride, dedication, and integrity.
Pride, dedication.
Those are our 3 core values.
I'm personally looking most forward to the competition piece, especially on the inflatables. We're gonna have some inflatables. Last year, we had the showdown versus Bijan Robinson versus Kenyon Barner, who's also here supporting the firefighters. But this year, I want to see some of the coaches go against the kids and see them kind of take down some superheroes, you know, because we're not really superheroes. We're just like them. So I'm looking forward to that.
The biggest thing I like is I just love seeing the look on the kids' faces. Just seeing the kids having fun, competing, getting to know some new people. I just became a new grandpa, so now my kids have already gone through that phase, and now I'm looking forward to my grandson growing up and watching him do whatever he decides to do. So yeah, for me, it's just seeing the kids' faces and seeing them enjoy this great opportunity that Keith gives everybody.
Yeah, just to piggyback off that, like, I can only imagine the looks and the excitement that you get to not envision, but witness, because my son has been talking about this since last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting to go on the fire truck, and he couldn't even say fire truck at that time. Like,
yeah.
But he knows, and every time he sees a fire truck now, he remembers that experience. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just I'm actually looking forward to that too. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate it, man.
No, it's
a good opportunity.
No, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
For real. It's all love.
Yeah, doing our thing, yeah, we make it look easy. Yeah, looking so clean, yeah, we make it look easy. Yeah, doing our thing, yeah, we make it look easy. Yeah, easy. Yeah, we make it look easy.
What's up? TJ Ward here with After the Game, and we got the man of the hour, Keith Smith, in the house.
My dog.
Notorious fullback.
Appreciate it.
Knock you in the dirt. Now he out here with the kids, giving back to his community.
Yep.
What does life after football mean for you?
Man, I you know what? I feel like I'm still in the figuring out phase.
Yeah.
But I'm always gonna find a way to give back. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna find a way to be a resource in my community, spread love and good energy. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But you know, I get more family time. So I've been doing a lot of that lately, and it's just a blessing to be healthy.
Yeah, that's a fact. Especially at your position, knocking heads all game, and to have your sanity, right? In a lot of different situations is important, because we know that we have our brothers that don't really keep it together because of that reason you just said, man.
Yeah, no, facts. Like, that's why one of the most grateful things, one of the biggest things I'm grateful about is just having my sanity and actually having a brain, because I don't think people understand, like, exactly what we're going through physically. You know, literally, there's statistics about we go through 10 plus car crashes per game, you know what I'm saying? And that's not normal. No. And so just understanding that fact, you know, thankfully I stayed steadfast to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and he just kind of protected me throughout my career to not have too many issues that are plaguing me at this point.
Yeah, man. Man of faith, family, football, the 3 F's. Yeah. You know, you throw camps like these, we throw camps like these because not all the time we were permitted these opportunities, right? I went to one camp growing up.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
How many camps you go to?
You know, I was fortunate to have a few.
Oh, y'all had a bunch of NFLers.
No, we actually had one that actually gave back, but just locally, I was fortunate enough to go to a few camps from here and there. But like you said, the opportunity is the biggest piece. You know what I'm saying? Proximity is power, and just having these kids around athletes like yourself and guys who just excelled at the peak of their field, you know, like it's crucial for them to be around that, because it expands their vision and their bubble of what they see themselves being able to achieve and accomplish, and say, as long as they're able to see that we regular human beings just like them, we walked in the same shoes that they did, and we just work hard. You know what I'm saying? I used to get it.
That representation matters, man. Them kids seeing that they came from the same place I'm at right now, and they got there, and they're coming back to show us how they did it. Right. Man, that's vital. Little Keith out here right now, right?
Yeah.
No, not literally. I know you got little Keith out here, but little Keith, you out here as Big Keith now. You see yourself out here on the field 20-something years ago.
Right.
What you walk up and tell him, like, hey, I see something in this kid. It's little Keith. What'd you tell her?
Man, I just say keep reaching for the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you continue pushing yourself, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to grow, you always gonna come out ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so just being able to understand that struggle is good.
Yeah.
And adversity is good, then you can overcome a lot.
Yeah. What they say, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Facts.
I've learned personally post-retirement a lot of relearned lessons that I learned a while ago, but I kind of forgot, right? Because you come across struggle and then you have success, and sometimes you forget what that struggle is like and how long you was really in the struggle. Like, I was really down for a long time before I came up. And you got to remind yourself that just because you down don't mean that you won't get back up.
Fact.
Like, I come from a family of hustlers. I know you come from a family of hard workers.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that I always heard. I might be down now, but I'm going to be back up.
Right. I'm not saying I'm going to get got.
Yeah.
I'm going to get mine.
For sure. I'm going to get mine way more than I get got. Using that mentality, I just want to know, in the league, what was one of the lessons that you used to or that you're going to use, because I know you're still in that world right now, to transition in life after football?
Yeah, I think it's just understanding, like, all the values and skills that we learned climbing that mountain to the top of football. You know what I'm saying? Like, the lessons that we learned, all of those intangibles, those are translatable into anything else that we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Business-wise, all that. If you look at how Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, all the big CEOs, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the traits and qualities that they look for in good business partners. You know what I'm saying? And so when you can understand that with a little practice, then you can succeed at anything new.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of things that transcends, every genre, every marketplace. Right. That's hard work, dedication, and persistence. Like, you're going to get far in life doing all three of those things. Now, we talk about the community, we talk about the kids, we talk about yourself a little bit. Let's transition into the competitive side of making money, the business side, right?
Thanks.
What are you excited about? What are you going in transitioning into? What type of business, if there's any? And where do you see that taking you in the next 10 years?
Real estate, bro.
Okay.
I've been studying it, learning it, dealing in it for the last 6-7 years. I'm on the advisory board of a private equity fund where we primarily do ground up developments in the commercial real estate space. So you think anything retail, Target, Walmart, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, shout out Chipotle, any retail stores, like, we're buying the land and building the buildings for these businesses. And it's just such a relationship-based business, and us athletes, we're built to thrive in those atmospheres, because we got to go into a neat locker room and be able to assimilate with everybody. What's up, Murr? You out? Oh, bro.
It's such a great job, bro.
Thank you for coming.
Awesome, bro.
No, hey, no.
Listen, yeah, man, you swimming in the hills. That's fine.
Oh, we didn't catch up there, man. Still.
I'm
on me.
Your thing, though, like,
Yeah.
man, he's cool. I'm hungry.
Oh man. Okay, where was we at?
Yeah, no. So, anything retail, we building it, and essentially, for me, in that space, I want to bring on my homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to lift as I climb, and just what I was saying was, the real estate business is perfect for us because we got to go into new locker rooms.
Yeah.
And we got to be able to thrive as a team with whoever it is. No matter what they look like, what they sound like, where they come from, you know what I'm saying? We got a common goal at the end of this day, and that's what we're working towards. So when you understand that, and then understand that we're alpha males amongst alpha males, like, nobody in the business world is doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody in the business world has been in that atmosphere like we have. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's our edge, especially in the real estate space, because even sales or anything is all about confidence. You know what I'm saying? If you're confident talking to somebody or whatever you're doing, then that exudes confidence in them to buy in. You know what I'm saying? So real estate is it, bro. Like, I really eventually want to have my own development conglomerate, you know, just every leg of the space. But, you know, it's a building process. I like to tell dudes, you might be better than me now, but you was just better before me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you started earlier than me. If we started at the same spot, like, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? What I possess mentally, physically, like, I'm gonna work for it harder than you. So that's how I look at all these guys who've had a head start on us playing football on lives. It's like, bro, like, what if I up?
Yeah, all right. I dedicated my entire life to this. Exactly. Now I'm done. Now it's time to work on this other thing. Exactly. And you say, like, we talked about pace with some of the other guys. You know, doing everything in your timing, on your pace, and not trying to rush your process to catch up or be alongside somebody else. So that's very important. That's a lesson that, I mean, a lot of kids can learn from growing up, even my younger self, because, you know, I always was comparing myself to this guy and that guy, not knowing that there's different paces of life. And like you said, you'll catch up, they'll fall behind. 100%. And it's going to go like that, up and down. So, man, you're doing a beautiful thing out here, man. Your family's beautiful. I see your little man out here. The kids appreciate you. I know they do, because they out here having a ball, man, in business, man. I see the sky's the limit for you. I might have to tap in and get some of that commercial.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah.
You got to. Yeah, bro, like, we got about 75 plus current and former NFL guys doing it now. That we just sold a 245,000 square foot. Now it's a Fanatics. You know Fanatics. The Fanatics Holder Center serves. They hold all their merchandising over there, but this is in Tampa. We got some developments in Texas. We're building a couple Starbucks in Iowa. Chipotle's. We're doing it all, bro. But the biggest piece is the education, right? Like, one thing about us athletes is, like, not even tradition, just the precedence has been, you get your money, you give it to the smart white guy with glasses. You know what I'm saying? Who knows where to put your money or whatever. You don't really know what he's doing, but he's just hoping that it works out. You know what I'm saying? But, like, now I think it's starting to change where guys are more interested in the knowledge and understanding to be able to articulate what they're doing and how they making money. You know what I'm saying?
To know.
Exactly. To know exactly how I'm making my money, so that I can articulate it to the homies and put the homies on. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's big, man. That's a huge point, and it goes back to trusting us. It's like,
facts.
We're so quick to trust another community just because they tell us to. And then sometimes we look at each other like we the problem, when we're actually looking at ourselves. So if I ain't gonna do business with you or you, I wouldn't do business with myself. How does that look?
Exactly, right.
So that we just gotta put that in place, right? You gotta put that in place for the future and the guys coming up behind it.
Exactly, and that's what we here for, the OGs, you know what I'm saying? Because we done seen it all, done it all, and now we can pour that wisdom into the younger guys, not even just the young athletes out here, but the young NFL guys out here who are still playing and still gonna face those same decisions that they have to make down the road. So
okay. And one more thing, let's get on the health of exiting the league, right? So a lot of times we have a lot of meetings on post-career necessities or programs. What is one thing that you could give to a current player that will help him with all the things he has to do after retirement?
I think it's really just, it's very simple, bro. Like, it doesn't even need to be a program. I think it's just switching the perspective and the trajectory of where you're putting your focus in your work, your free time, investing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, go listen to some new podcasts about business or read a new book that you hear about. I mean, nowadays we have so many resources at our fingertips with the internet. It's like there's so much free knowledge out there that you can do whatever you want to and learn whatever you want to yourself if you choose to. I always encourage getting a mentor, somebody who's doing it themselves already.
Yeah.
Because you go, a lot of lessons can't be learned through a book or a podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's you got to experience.
So you got to implement it. Don't just be reading.
Right, exactly. No, facts.
Straight up. I know people that tell me everything about a book and then implement it in their life in one phase.
It just sounds.
How did you use that to turn?
Right.
You didn't.
No,
okay, great. You just reading books then.
Yeah, you're not really being intentional about it. That's facts, bro.
Nah, straight up.
Yeah.
Stack.
Right.
They could tell you what it's about, comprehending and everything, but
Right.
if you're not implementing it in your daily life or something, then what's the point?
Exactly. Yeah. No.
For sure.
You raise your
So, man. Hey, I know you gotta get back to these kids, but man, appreciate you doing this. It's a beautiful thing. And thanks for telling us about your life after the game, man.
No, I appreciate you for coming out. It's a blessing to have you here for real. Just show your influence. I always looked up to you as a pro, you know what I'm saying, and what you're doing. And now excelling at what you're doing now is dope. It's dope to see.
Appreciate it. That's all I want to do, man. I want to be a beacon of light.
Hello.
Right? Help these guys along the road and further, man. You are doing it. So I passed it to you, you passing it back.
Facts.
That's dope.
Appreciate it.